He is whatchamacallit? He doesn't care about it to the point that cares by omission.
Okay, TLER, go.
Right. Okay. So my main argument, let's go where we were. You said you want me to give an example of Hassan or DGG engaging in stochastic terrorism or whatever. No, wait, hold on. It came back from we were talking about whether or not Destiny influences his community to stream snipe people, right?
One sec, let me... Whether or not he encourages it, right?
Okay.
Does he encourage it?
He is whatchamacallit? He doesn't care about it to the point that cares by omission. You ever heard people like lying by omission?
Does he care about, or does he encourage people to do it?
I think at a certain point, ignoring it is encouraging it.
No.
Okay, so say if you have audience members like going out and by this standard, you would say that Trump didn't encourage January 6th because he said go peacefully.
No, he explicitly encouraged them to be violent.
Right. But then he said go peacefully, and I don't like violence. You're just taking people's words out. You're acting like there's no subtext. There's no bigger narrative.
You're acting like he didn't say anything else. You're acting like he didn't say anything else.
Wait, so do you think Destiny cares whether or not his audience...
Wait, hold on. Do you know what happened on January 6th?
I'm aware.
Do you know how Trump encouraged that crowd to go be violent at the Capitol?
Your freedom's going to be taken away. You need to go there. These people don't have enough. These people need encouragement and stuff like that. Then at the end said go peacefully.
If you don't do what needs to be done, then you might not have a country anymore.
Yes, I know about that one. You don't think that
you need to fight like hell? So he was explicitly encouraging them to do the thing, and then covered his tracks after the fact.
Okay, so do you think that it's impossible to encourage by omission? Like your audience is clearly doing a thing, and you're just not saying anything about it, even though you know it's happening.
I'm sorry. Focus. The example that you gave me was a situation where Trump encouraged people to do a specific thing, and then they did that specific thing.
Okay,
that is not equivalent. So can you either find a new example, walk away from that one, or admit that that was not a good example?
It was not a good example.
Okay.
There we go. Are you happy? Okay. So point being, do you believe in the concept of lying by omission, right?
Sure. The thing is, with lying by omission, is you are deliberately trying to paint a particular kind of image to encourage people to walk away with a particular kind of sentiment. That's what lying by omission is.
Right. Do you think that there may be like...
So you need to have the encouragement of it.
Wait, so the whole campaign... I saw a little of Sunday cover you talking to Dan, but like it was basically that like they just required two-factor authorizations on phones. It wasn't a ban on Israel, right?
I'm sorry, focus.
Okay, I'm focusing. I'm saying, okay, we acknowledge that the campaign that Dan is currently doing, which is with tacit approval from Destiny, correct?
I don't know anything about what Destiny... Sure.
Okay, it's being based on the lie that Israelis were not being allowed to create accounts on Twitch. It was actually just that two-factor authorization was being done, right?
It's because of the email IPs were blocked for Israelis.
Wait, was it an IP block or was it just two-factor authorizations being added?
It was an IP block for emails, yeah. For email sign up, if you have an IP in Israel, you cannot make an account.
Okay, wait. So...
If you don't know the details of the story, then you can pick another example. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the argument that you have, not follow every single trail from stories that you don't understand.
All right. I am apologizing if I got it wrong, if Sunday got it wrong, because I thought that it had been conclusively said that it was not an IP ban, but a two-factor authorization requirement. Is that true or untrue? I'm sorry. If I got misled, I got misled. I'll take the L.
You have to use your phone. You would have to use your phone.
That's it's a two-factor authorization.
If
You could still create an account. If
get
you
to
had a
your
phone in
argument.
Israel, you could still create an account. The point is that he's trying to make it look like Israel just IP banned all of Israel, and you were unable completely to make an account, even if rather than just a two-factor authorization game, right?
No one. I don't think anyone said 2FA at all. Like, just get to the point. Okay, I know that you can make more concise arguments. Make the argument.
Okay, the argument being that if it is just a requirement for a phone number and stuff like that, rather than painting it as a total ban or whatever like that, to try and say it was anti-Semitic or whatever, they're operating in a dishonest capacity in order to target somebody, right?
In order to get the outcomes that they want, like getting Hassan banned or Dane to step down, sure.
Based on not something that's completely the truth.
Are you new here?
I am no, but what I'm saying, I still would say that this qualifies as a somewhere. Maybe if you want to say stochastic terrorism is too extreme of a word. It's somewhere on the spectrum of it in terms of just trying to silence political opponents via dishonest means or to effect a certain political outcome.
This is retarded. You need to encourage someone to do a particular thing. If it's stochastic terrorism, the thing that makes it stochastic terrorism is encouraging people to do a particular thing. Is encouraging people to do violence. That's the point.
It could only be
not whether or not you have conditions that could make people parasocial.
It's not about the parasociality. It's just more about trying to punish people for having certain viewpoints, which in certain situations is good, but I just don't.
You're being punished right now for having certain viewpoints. Am I doing stochastic terrorism against you?
Wait, how am I being punished? I'm being rewarded with attention.
I'm calling you retarded in front of an audience, and they're walking away with the interpretation of you being retarded. Is that stochastic terrorism?
They already thought I was retarded before I got here.
It's true. Yeah.
All right. So what did you? It can't be. So somebody like maliciously, like basically on a lie, trying to basically silence a certain political issue, is a genocide of a given ethnic group. That does not like. That's not violence to you, I guess.
Do you see how many qualifications that you have to give for your example?
Well, yeah, because I have to be perfect here because you have a parasocial audience.
No, you're being the opposite of perfect, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to create an implication of violence is the thing that Dan is doing. Dan is doing a violence right now. That's what you want to do.
Wait, hold on. How is he?
You're explicitly jumping from qualification to qualification to blur the lines between each individual point so that you can make a retarded argument. That's not being perfect. That's being the opposite of perfect.
I know. I said it. Let's make an analogy here, okay? It's not 2024. It is 1942 or whatever, and there is who is probably like actually being kind of Zionist, okay? But it's in the context of the Holocaust. I'm not saying that the Palestinian thing is equivalent to
Why did I know when you said analogy you were going to go directly to Holocaust stuff? You understand? By the way, real quick, before you finish this, I don't respect this line of argumentation, something that people do when they try and find like the most emotionally captivating and extreme argument that they possibly can for a very retarded like political take for online content creators, and their engagement with each other is stupid. And it usually is used to blur the lines between what is true and what is not. But you can go ahead. I'll follow you.
All right. No, what genocide would you like me to use?
What?
What genocide would you like me to use if the Holocaust is not the one you want me to use?
What does this have to do with genocide?
What is the current uptick?
What I'm looking for you to do is to make an argument about stochastic terrorism.
Right. I'm
not to pull on emotional strings.
I'm not trying to pull on emotional strings. That's why I asked you if you would rather me use another genocide.
No, stochastic terrorism. What is it?
Stochastic terrorism is a form of political violence instigated by hostile public rhetoric directed at a group or individual. Unlike incitement to terrorism, stochastic terrorism is accomplished with indirect, vague, or coded language, which grants the instigator plausible deniability for any associated violence.
Granting, read that part again.
which grants the instigator plausible deniability for any associated violence.
So the purpose is to grant the plausible deniability. So what you are doing is you are encouraging people to do particular things with plausible deniability. Correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Substantiate that with Hassan or Destiny and the way that they talk about each other on stream.
I would say that the current dishonest campaign that Dan is currently doing against Twitch, trying to insinuate that Twitch was in cahoots with like Hamas to like ban Israelis from being able
Which was in cahoots with Hamas. Do you understand what you're doing here? I need you to have very precise things that you can prove for a matter of fact. Do not jump between vague generalizations of this to this to this to have the most extreme argument that you possibly can. I need you to be precise here. Do not lie to me. Do not bend the truth.
Okay, sorry. Do you think that's not the narrative that like Twitch is like
that Twitch is in cahoots with Hamas? You think anybody is saying that Twitch is in cahoots with Hamas?
They're not saying it, but they're just heavily implying it constantly.
No, they're not. Nobody is. That's retarded.
No,
be precise for me, please.
Quick question. Why is the leap to assuming that that Twitch was banning Israeli IPs? Why was that assumed to be anti-Semitic?
Again, this is what annoys the fuck out of me, by the way, is that you will jump between from one argument to the next without any sort of argument. No. Listen, I've seen this happen before. I know exactly what the fuck you do, okay? I'm not new to you, okay? You're going to go from deflection to deflection. You are going to give vague, extreme, hyper-moralized generalizations of every single thing. And then if I contest with any of those individual things, you're going to want to unravel it into a whole different thing, okay? This is retarded schizo logic that you use to fucking like woke school people into corners. No, it's stupid.
Do you think
Be specific about what you're saying. Do not lie to me.
Wait, what if I lied? I said that the narrative...
You said that the narrative is that Twitch is in cahoots with Hamas.
Okay.
That is not the narrative. Nobody thinks that.
Okay, why do I think that?
Because you're retarded. That's why.
No, because there's a constant narrative.
Because you're soy pointing around every corner. That's why.
Wait, do you believe that Twitch is anti-Semitic?
You can watch my content with Dan if you want. It's a much longer conversation that I don't think that you're even able to comprehend. I don't see you as a good faith person.
Hey, what makes me not good faith here?
Listen to you. You can't follow a single train of logic.
Well, because
you're jumping from thing to thing. If it's because you're bad faith is one thing. If it's because you're retarded, that's another thing. Okay, it can be either one of those things. I don't really give a fuck.
I have to fucking breadcrumb you into realizing what you're even saying.
No, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Oh my god, you just lied to me. You're just acting like.
How did I lie? Go. How did I lie?
Okay, because you said you took me saying that there's a narrative that Twitch is in cahoots with Hamas, which I obviously mean is Twitch is being assumed of having Palestinian sympathies to the point that they would ban IPs from Israel. Is that a more constructive concept of what I was trying to say? Do you agree with that?
No.
Okay, so why do you think Twitch banned IPs in Israel?
Because they were scared of graphic content being posted on Twitch during the day of global jihad.
So, then when Dan is saying that it's anti-Semitism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is trying to imply that Twitch is somehow partial to the Palestinian cause over the Israeli cause, right?
Sure.
Okay, so but given that it was just about graphic conversation, and even then, I don't even grant that
graphic content
blocking, is even like beneficial to Palestinians. Like, why would that benefit Palestinians?
Listen, this could be a long conversation if we have to go down every single argument tree of like your vague understanding of other people's arguments that you don't understand, and then I have to walk you through them like a baby. If you can't follow a single line of argument without going down all of these different paths that you don't even know what they are yet, so that someone can dog walk you through
Wait, I'm
so
being
that you can
dog-walked right
figure
now?
out what kind of argument you actually want to end up on. If you don't know the situation, why are you talking about it? Why are you using this as part of your argument if you don't know the situation?
Wait, I'm asking you to build it.
I know you're asking me because you want me to walk you through so that you can pick another line of argumentation that you could actually defend, but you can't.
No, I'm
not stupid. I've seen you do this a million fucking times. It's like clockwork.
How many times have you even seen me debate? I've debated like maybe 3. Hey, you just lied to your audience right there, saying you've seen me do it a million times. I understand that's hyperbole, and I usually wouldn't nitpick it, but I'm just.
No one thinks I'm lying about this. Come on, try hard, do better.
Look, I don't.
These guys have seen you too. Okay.
Oh.
The image does not look good. Okay, you're not going to be able to reconcile it. You're going to have to either create a line of logic that you can argue.
Okay, the line of logic that DGG uses stochastic terrorism. Is that, I in that?
Sorry?
I mean, to defend the idea that the current media campaign against Hassan could be considered a form of stochastic terrorism.
That wasn't the argument, no. The argument was that the way that Destiny talks about Hassan is stochastic terrorism.
Okay, let's take a talk. The way
the problem that I have with focusing about Dan's campaign here, and that's a whole other thing. If you want to talk about whether or not Dan's a stochastic terrorist, when it comes to Destiny, he's been pretty hands-off about this. Like, he doesn't want to touch it, really.
Wait, you agree that Dan is stochastic?
I need you to speak up.
You agree that Dan is a stochastic terrorist?
No, I'm sorry. Can you not defend Destiny being a stochastic terrorist without this?
Well, all of it hinges on whether or not he is just kind of just being actively like omitting his things, just kind of letting it go on. I would say it's a neglectful form of stochastic terrorism.
There's not a neglect. You have to encourage a particular action with plausible deniability for it to be stochastic terrorism. You can't just say...
Do you think he's not encouraging this at all? He's currently
again, this is not complicated. This is not complicated. I don't know why your brain gets so tangled up around every corner. I don't know why.
Mostly ADHD.
Okay, don't care.
You asked.
Okay, now I understand more why your brain gets tangled up and confused and retarded. Okay, got it.
Cool. Do you want to have like a more longer conversation about this with like more evidence? You want me to put a PowerPoint?
No, I want you to be able to make your argument without going down every single different fucking...
Okay, well, because you wouldn't let me use another genocide as an analogy, so I can't use that that line of argumentation to make you understand. I can't use...
yes or no? Can you defend Destiny being a stochastic terrorist?
Yes, but via condoning the behavior that Dan is operating in. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to make the argument instead that Dan is a stochastic terrorist because you cannot justify the argument about Destiny. Okay.
Well, what if that makes you feel better?
If it makes it so you're able to make an argument.
Okay, so Dan, do you think that Dan is operating in a stochastic terror campaign?
No.
Why not?
No, I don't think that that Dan is encouraging any violence at all. No.
Do you? How so not? Do you think that there aren't like?
No, you have to tell me how he is.
You don't think that there's like a bunch of crazy Zionists that would take things to their own hand?
Whoa.
Hold on. They're already physically showing up to where he is, and like like in person, like to be weird.
You have to show that Dan is encouraging people to do that with plausible deniability.
So if I started lying about you constantly, and to the point that people from my community were like showing up and like harassing you while you were eating food, would you not be freaked out or weirded out?
So your answer is that you can't substantiate that claim.
No. Please answer my question.
Your answer is that you can't substantiate that claim, by the way.
No. Answer my question. Would you be weirded out if I had a community and I lied about you to the point that people were showing up to you while you were eating food somewhere? Would you be weirded out by that?
If it was the going assumption that the people that you surround yourself with will start stalking and harassing and implicate violence on people that are anyone that you talk shit about.
Okay,
if that was the going assumption, maybe.
On you, the harassment in itself can't just be violent.
You have to speak up.
I said harassment in of itself can't be violent. Like it has to be violent harassment, like they physically put their hands on you.
Okay, so if I'm walking past somebody, I'm not going to call that violence.
Okay, is that what happened?
With what? The person that walked by Hassan?
Was it somebody just calling him a loser? Did they sit down across from him at his table having?
I don't know what happened. I wasn't following it.
Oh, okay, well that's what happened. Some guy just like imagine you're eating a hot dog or whatever at a table, and there's some guy decides to sit down, starts filming, and is like interrupting you while you're eating or whatever to confront you on things that you never even said or believed.
Okay, I'll take your word for that.
Okay,
it's probably
so,
not,
like,
but I'll take your word for it.
You would be weirded out, like holy shit, what the fuck? Like this.
Wait, someone says he's talking about a moment where Hassan was at a restaurant and someone said Destiny made you as they walked by his table. Is that violence to you?
No, that's not what happened. He sat down at the table.
Okay, how is that encouraged? How is that encouraged? Go ahead. By the way, that is violence to you, by the way. That is violence.
It's harassment, right?
Which you are making the argument is tantamount to violence.
I think, no, like...
Yes, that's what you said, correct?
The law says that harassment.
The law, why do I give a fuck about the law?
Do you think it's like something's not sexual harassment unless like...
Oh my god, are you seriously, you can't follow any single train of logic without getting caught up on a million other things?
Following the logic, it's just you're arguing that harassment is not necessarily violent. I would say that all things of harassment,
I think you can call a lot of things violence, especially...
Well, yeah, a lot of things are violence. So, what do you think that?
Okay,
I think
yeah, a lot of things are violent, but if I call you a retard, I don't think anyone's going to say that I'm doing violence against you, but you might feel really, really bad. Somebody is going to say that that's tantamount to violence because it caused harm.
I don't personally feel very violented upon. The point is,
thank God,
harassment, according to the law, is violence, right? If I'm just like constantly like coming up to you.
This is what happened with Hassan. Here, let me watch this clip really quick.
All right, here, I'll watch it with you.
All right, let's fucking.
If I'm wrong on what this
let's go.
Okay.
Oh. What's the best? Okay, hold on. We got a Hassan Malding clip. What's the best thing?
We allowed in here, y'all?
Destiny made you.
Good?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, no, wait.
Oh my God, I can't believe he allowed that to happen. I can't believe he encouraged them to do that.
Ken, this is not the correct clip.
Okay, send me the correct one.
I will look for it. On table clip.
No, you're going to substantiate your claim. Don't worry about it.
I want to substantiate it, but I need to fact. Sorry, I didn't have the clip on hand because I didn't know I would need it for this conversation.
Well, you don't, but you're the one going down this line of argumentation. If you want, we can skip to the part where you tell me how he encouraged the behavior.
Okay, here.
Unless you want to call everything fucking violence, and we can get stuck on that shit. Like,
Okay, I will just remember. I will say it as I remember it because I'm not seeing it. When I remember, he was at a wooden table, like a picnic table outside, and a DGGer came and sat across from him or whatever, trying to debate bro him while he was eating a hot dog. That is how I remember it, and if it's wrong, then I'll eat crow. But the point of the matter,
I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay, so
that's not violence. That's not violence, by the way.
Harassment?
That's not violence.
Wait, is harassment okay? This seems to be the thing. I don't think that there's a form of harassment that isn't violent.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, well, the law disagrees with you.
I don't give a fuck about the law either.
Okay, well, what are you using your basis of what makes harassment?
I'm sorry. Could that guy be tried for assault?
No, but it could be for harassment.
For violent harassment?
I don't.
Probably not. No.
Hold on. So you think there are forms of harassment that are not violent?
Are you for real?
I am being for real because.
Are you retarded?
Hold on. I'm not being retarded.
You are being retarded. Why did you just ask me that?
Are
there forms of harassment that are not violent? What the fuck is wrong with you? Really?
In terms of like in person? Maybe you can make the argument for online.
Your brain broken. Your brain broken. Yes, you are.
So if I like am like constantly like cyber stalking you, constantly just fucking in your DMs, like making new accounts, constantly trying to like do that to like that's not a form of violence to you. Like there are probably women in your audience that have dealt with men like that.
And why the fuck okay, do you see what you're doing, by the way? Wait, take a second. Take a second. No! Take a second. Look. Take a second, okay? Take a second. Breathe. Breathe.
I have asthma.
Shh. Breathe. Did you see what you did there?
What did I do there?
I'm sure there are women in your audience that have dealt with harassment that would consider it violence.
Yeah, even if they were.
Do you see what you did? No. Do you know what I'm pointing at here?
Even if there was no chance of them meeting them, maybe it was like an.
Do you know what I'm pointing at here?
What are you pointing at?
I'm pointing at the fact that because you can't make an argument for what you're trying to make, you're trying to appeal to the emotions of people in the audience to try and shoehorn me into a corner. Okay, it's not going to work with me. Maybe you talk to people that are a little bit more soy or something that are scared of that type of shit. I don't care about that. But by the way, I do notice that. Just for the record, I do notice that. I know what it's supposed to do. I know what kind of an argument it is, and it's very, very embarrassing for you.
Okay, show me how it's embarrassing.
You'll have to figure that out in hindsight. Okay.
Okay.
Fuck. 1 sec. TTS is incoming.
Kid, if someone does a Mongolian tribal dance,
I'm focusing.
Shut up.
Would that not be a military coup against Mike from PA? Symbolically against Hassan, done by Kyla, while
form of harassment, which is
you think it's a form of violence, by the way. That's your argument. I don't know why you clarify against it. Why did you clarify against it?
I said against.
Do you think that is violence? Yes or no? Do you think that is violence? Yes or no?
Yes, I think.
Okay, so why did you clarify against it? When I said that this person that sat down next to Hassan and tried to debate bro him, you think that that's violence? That's your argument. Why did you clarify against it?
Wait, when did I clarify? What did I say? That I said that there.
You said that it's a form of harassment.
I said that form of.
But why would the distinction matter? It's violence, isn't it?
Hold on. Wait. So are we going back to? We agree that it's harassment.
Follow me.
Oh, no. Follow me. We agree that it's harassment, right?
No, your argument, by the way, you can tell me yes or no. The person that sat down next to Hassan and tried to debate bro him, that is violence.
It's harassment, right?
Yes or no, please.
No. Yes or no, it's harassment.
What do you mean? What do you mean no? I asked you yes. Answer the question.
No, you answer my question. It's harassment.
Is it violence?
I need to walk you down this dialogue tree because you're such an NPC that you can't understand it. Is it harassment?
Nobody is taking your side on this. Okay, if you're not able to answer this simple yes or no question, by the way, you already made the argument for it. I don't know why you're afraid of it. What you can explain to me why you're afraid of it. Alternatively, if you want to, why you don't want to answer the question, but you're gonna have to answer the question. You can't just say no. I don't want to. Answer the question.
Yeah, showing up to a celebrity as somebody that like just randomly and just being like showing up to like while they're eating food and just sitting at their table. Yeah, I think most celebrities would take a problem with that.
You think that it's violence, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you think that is violence. Okay, now you have to make the argument that was encouraged to happen.
You think it would have not happened?
Why can you not? Why does every single answer have to be a question with you?
Because it's called the Socratic method.
Oh my God. Samurai, thank you for the membership. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Socratic method. Wow, nice. It's dialectics. You see. Nice.
Hey, that's like 2,000 years later.